The city of Joburg is set to launch its hashtag Manje Namhlanje operation in Finetown and Ennerdale today. The project is set to see CCTV cameras being installed across the region, as well as street patrollers being employed. The initiative is part of the city's efforts in dealing with crime. Let's take you there now, where our reporter Katlaho Sekhoto has more on the story. Katlaho, thanks for making time. So what is this program all about?
A very good afternoon indeed, Clement. We are here in the Finetown area, just in front of the community hall here, where MMC for Public Safety in Finetown has officially launched the Manje Namhlanje initiative, and it is about combating crime, as you rightly said, Clement, there, and a two-pronged approach, looking at installing CCTV cameras within communities, but also employing the services of street patrollers, the community patrollers to guard the areas. As we know, grim crime statistics coming from various areas throughout the province, and this is the city's approach in dealing with the matter. But I do have the MMC for Public Safety here to chat to us more about it. Clement, MMC, thank you so much for affording us your time. You've launched the program. What is it about?
No, thank you very much for this opportunity. This program is about, the fighting of crime and combating of crime. As I said, as a city and also in the public safety department, we are actually, our approach is the community-based, the patrolling, policing, which involves the patrollers. So that's why when we are here is that through the Department of Public Safety, we've went out in terms of the advertisement for the recruitment of them. So we are finalizing all of that. Then those patrollers will be JMPD patrollers, which they will be trained, and also they'll be having powers to arrest and also to enforce, the traffic enforcement and the bylaws. And then another one is what we called it's a smart, smart policing, if I want to put it that way. Smart policing is that you're actually using cameras. So the camera that is there, the CCTV camera that is putting there, we're actually putting them in the crime hotspots. And then these, what is very good about them is that you can actually use an app. Yeah, so these patrollers in the area, they'll be able to look into the time, what is happening in their areas through their phones. And then that also will be linked into the IIOC, Intelligence Gathering Center, so that we were able to check and then assist them. And then in that IOC center and also with them in the app, they will be having a special number which will be linked with the JMPD. So if there's anything, the crime is happening, they need the assistance of the JMPD, they're able to get those assistance and then they can help them. And also moving further in terms of the EMS, where there's fire as well, because some of these cameras is not going to be in Finetown alone. We are moving to other areas like your Alex and then Deep Sloat and all of that, putting them in the hot spots, especially in the shacks, because in the shacks, in the informal settlement, that's where a lot of crime that is happening, and the fire shacks and the fires that are actually happening there. Yeah. So these are going to be helping a lot. Yeah.
MMC, how do we know that CCTV cameras will assist? I mean, we've seen several cases where people were caught on camera, but nothing happened after that. How effective will it be in combating crime?
All right. The reason why it was like that is that there was no linkage between what you see visually on the CCTV camera, on the camera, and also linked up into the emergency response team on the ground. So what we're actually doing right now, and we're going to be launching it officially in terms of the whole city in the next month or so, but we're busy in terms of the upgrade of the IOC unit, because cameras which are not there, they are not actually upgraded. So there's no artificial intelligence that is included on them, number one. And number two, you don't have a dispatching and automated dispatch unit in terms of the cars. So we're going to be rolling out a new fleet now on the 1st of July. And in those 1st of July, you're going to have now a fleet that actually has a GPS system inside. So when you see something happening in the IOC center, you're able to click and then say that there is someone being marked. And then that signal will be sent on the cars any car in the city reaching A, B, C, and D, and then that will give them a location of where the crime is happening.
Right.
So there was no linkage of that nature. So through the intervention, when we came in, I'm deploying the EFF, it's an operation Manje Namhlanje, it must happen.
Right.
So we are upgrading right now. The budget has been put in the IOC, the companies are going to be coming in, that intelligence unit is going to be there now. And the cars, remember, there was a shortage of cars as well. So there's a new fleet contract has been signed. In the 1st of July, there's a rolling in. So there'll be a lot of cars that have been put, that are actually going to be put into the system with an intelligence system to really receive the signal from the IOC center and all cameras.
Right. MMC, in terms of the street patrollers, I mean, you did make a call out for them to apply, but already a number of street patrollers in the communities have been functioning already. Why was it not easy to just absorb them, those who are existing? Why was there a need for them to reapply or to put in their CVs when they're already working and safeguarding their communities?
Look, you remember, you must follow the processes of the city. Because you need to, you need to go into what you call the HR, the system. People must apply, and the people, they must go through the interview process. And remember also, in terms if you want to be a JMPD, the patroller, there are some of the requirements, quite a lot that you must have been put in. For example, you must not have a criminal record. Yeah, there must be the vetting that is there, and at least there's a level, let's say about grade 8 at least, to be able to really do those things. But the processes of the city must be followed. I'm working with them. I'm really aware of that. That's why we went out in the public safety department and said all patrollers, even those who were there before, and then they must apply as well, so that we can go through the interview, the process itself, and then to do the whole vetting and all of that.
Right.
But I understand that there's been Mama Batalo, Koko, and Cool who've been there. So they've approached me as well. Let us look into the city. I'm going to consult with the city manager and the mayor that there have been people who've been volunteering about over 35, and they've been there. They don't even have a grade 8. They don't have any form of formal education. You remember back in the days it was very difficult for them. So in the next one, we're going to review that so that we're able to absorb all people, all patrollers which are very working and are very effective. Some of them, I'm working with them currently now, even though there's been a limitation in terms of what they can do, because SAPs and they've been arresting them, because these are radical and militant, and they are helping this community, and they're catching the criminals. Actually, they are confiscating guns, by the way. Guns and knives. These, these patrol. Very old So they say that I've approached the CM and the mayor that look, also the HOD that I think that in terms of the requirements and the grade, I think we should lower it a bit even more, so that we're able to put those experienced people, the older people who've been there for a long time, have been taken into consideration as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And a two-pronged approach in terms of resources. So street patrollers, how will they be resourced? And then the CCTV cameras, how will you upkeep the maintenance of those? Is there budget for that within the city?
Yes, these ones here, there is a budget for the upgrade and also for these ones, because these ones, remember, they will be integrated in the IOC that is currently there as well. There's a budget for them in this maintenance, and also these ones are very robust actually, because when I looked at the one that they actually put in, they had a problem of the vandalization of the cables, and the problem of the cable theft and all of that. So these ones here, we said that let us look for something with the solar panel, the solar, go for the solar, very nice and steel, because some of them they actually shoot them. So some of them are plastic based. So I said let's get something steel, but we might even put a cage in those things there. But yes, there is the budget to do the maintenance on them. They'll be linked to the IOC. And for the patrollers are going to be getting the stipend every month.
Right.
Yes, so it's a stipend every month. It's an EPWP, and then it's going to be even roll out even more again, because there is a budget that is there already on the economic, the development for the cleaning, the cleaning EPWP, and the safety, the EPWP. It's about 2,000. So we're going to be rolling also again to ensure that those people, number one, they are resourced, they actually get some money, a stipend. Number two, we're going to give them the jackets, the uniform and all of that. We're going to give them the tools of trade, which is your torch. That will be your torch. There will be handcuffs, and then there will be your, I think the torch, and cuffs, and then what else?
Will they be able to carry weapons?
Not now. Well, yeah, no, not now at this point in time. But we don't rule out the fact that those who are showing signs of being, some speciality, we can take them to the shooting range, so that we can, because we want to, take the other ones, because we need to ensure that when we're launching this new unit, we're actually taking those ones which are very strong and show the signs of, being able to really shoot. But we're not ruling out the fact that we can take them to the shooting range and be able to really shoot as well.
Okay, absolutely. And the last one, your message to the community of Finetown and Ennerdale, who obviously deal with the crime rates every day, just your message to them.
Look, I've came here before. I've done a community public, this participation, and what we find that number one here, there's a lot of muggings, the stabbings and the shooting and the killings, and there are drug dens that are known to the community and all of that. But there has been a lack of, in terms of the security that is there, in SEPs, and if I can just put it out there, to really deal with it in a decisive manner. The unit that we're going to be launching in the next few months, of which we're going to tell you about it, the tactical unit and the crime combating units that are going to be formed on the regions, we're going to be dealing with that. This is one of the first things that we're dealing with this community. And one of the things that they say quite about is the kidnappings. They're quite a lot here. They are kidnapping people quite a lot. So this advanced tactical unit will be very helpful in terms of that. And number two, the CCTV will be able now to monitor all the cars in the community that is actually here. So it's one of the steps that what we're putting in. And also there's going to be high density, desaturation of the JMPD here and the SAPs in the area for the next 3 months up to here. Yeah.
MMC, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Clement, you heard it there from MMC Mgcinichwako, just explaining the interventions that are being brought into the community, and this being one of the first steps, the employment of street patrollers, as well as the installing of CCTV cameras, and this is to monitor the crime in the area. As we know, this is an intervention by the city to say this is how we can start to stamp out crime, but also outlining long-term plans, JMPD, more boots on the ground, and a number of other interventions like tactical units possibly being seen in the next few months as well. So a multi-pronged approach to dealing with crime in the area of Finetown as well as Ennerdale.